a little update to the car. I think I said in my last video that it was 18 thousandths out, so I needed 9 thousandths offset dowels. That's wrong. You can get them in 7, 14, or 21. I got to order the 21s, which I did. And I got to order a different starter because that starter won't fit the bell housing. So that's how these things get expensive. You think you got everything you need, and then you figure out you don't. All right, now it's Saturday morning, about 7:30. I've been lounging around, cooked myself some breakfast. You know, everybody else sleeping, so it's kind of peaceful. Hey, thank you for your patience in watching these videos. I think I got all the parts. I had to buy a new starter, and I got those dowel, offset dowels for the bell housing. I think I'm going to be able to get the transmission in this. I got to juggle some other stuff today, but that's my goal. Get that transmission put in there. You can buy some dowels that are about 150 bucks, but I just got these ones here. I got all three, so make sure I got it. I don't want to get in it and figure out I can't finish it. So I need to get that transmission in today. That's the goal. Alright, I don't know how much Mama's going to be around today. Hopefully she'll be around. The rooster, however, you can tell he is here. Alright, the unfortunate thing about a Pontiac motor, engine, is you can't get behind these dowels and drive them out. And this motor here is a 75, if I remember right. So, with a little quick math in my head, that's approaching 50 years them dowels probably been in there. So, I'm going to have me a time getting them out. So, let me get after it. Well, what I have done is forced my hand. I welded a couple half-inch nuts on there. Hope they come out now. Well, that one come out good. I twisted the nut off the other one. I welded it back on. Let it cool off, see what happens. 1 hour later. Look at this mess. I'm still fighting with it. I think I'm starting to make some headway though. I welded those nuts on the outside of the big nuts. And now, I'm gonna use my tie rod spreader and try to do like that. I think I've got it a little bit. I just had to weld my nuts back on because the welds cracked a little. Well, yeah, they cracked. Hear that? It's a pressure washer. It's nothing that lady likes more than running a pressure washer. Well, maybe a couple things, but alright, here's what I'm doing. This is quite a thing here. Let me try to get a couple whacks holding the camera. See, it's coming loose, I think. Yes, sir, I think I finally got her. Alright, I better take a picture on my phone and put that on Instagram. Somewhere in there is a dowel. I got her. Hey, don't be trying to disappear. Let the people know you've been out here in your bare feet.
And grassy, too.
It's not the correct shop footwear.
Yes, I know.
There's safety guys. That's all they think about, safety. And they're going to just be up all night worrying about it. Your little toesy woesies with your pink toenails. Alright, I put the bell housing back in and fixing to see how things line up. I can see already the bolt holes on this side don't quite. It's a miracle.
Yes.
After I've had this dad blame thing out in and out how many times?
I can't even count anymore.
I got it within 3 thousandths. So it's amazing how much you turn them dowels just a little bit, it'll move it all over the place. So I'm calling her good. 3 thousandths, calling it good. The spec is within 5. But you know, how do you know the hole is dead nut center, or, you know, I don't know. But anyway, it said the dial indicator says 3 thousandths. I'm going with it. Alright, now Mrs. Heavy Chevy's figured out that I got a few bucks left in my checking account, and she's got to go spend it.
No.
Which is the responsibility of wives nationwide. Some women spend more than you make. I guess some dudes do that too, but... Alright, now I can get to the fun stuff. I can put the flywheel back on. I had to take it off to get that one dowel out. So I'm going to need to Loctite that, torque it. Then put the clutch in. And stab the transmission up in there. And then I can measure the drive shaft, call the man, tell him to send it to me. Right?
Yep.
It's not an advertisement. It's getting close to time to clean my workbench off here. Alright, here's our fancy center force clutch. Let me go clean the flywheel, make sure you ain't got no oil on it, and I'll put her together. Well, that's par for the course. It's a little golf terminology there, I think. Anyway, I don't know nothing about golf, right, Jack? Got the wrong dang clutch and pressure plate. That's what we got. Wrong. Wrong. That's aggravating. That is aggravating. I know I got a clutch up there too. Let me study on what I'm going to do here. Alright, I went up in the stash up there. I got some more Pontiac parts up there. I found another flywheel, but same as what I got for the smaller clutch. I found a fine spline clutch. That's still up there. That I could use with this pressure plate. It's a good clutch. But I kind of want to use a new clutch, you know, the big one. Anyway, I called my buddy Keith. He thinks he might have one, so I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna ride down there. I'm gonna do that now. I gotta do it right quick. All right, we gotta make a run. We're gonna take the old blue Chevy. Here's a Carolina cold start. It's only like 85. Oh yeah, lit right off. All right, we got what we needed. My buddy Keith had a Hayes flywheel sitting right there. I'll go get it out of the truck here in a minute. Alright, there it is. I don't think it's ever been run. It's a Hayes 13130. Maybe I'll look that up and see what it tells me. But I think that's what I need for the big clutch. Alright, there it is. That thing has never been run. It's just got a little surface rust from setting, but that cleaned up good. I think I'm going to run it. And now that I've nicely torqued in my too small flywheel, I'm going to take that back off. Do what?
Why are you taking it apart again? Does that mean we got to do that setup all over again?
No, but we got the wrong flywheel. So we got to put the big one in it.
Oh. Okay.
The correct one.
But it's already still set.
The bell housing's set. We don't have to do that again.
Thank goodness.
Oh, thank goodness. She's such an alarmist. Look at it, it's a billet steel SFI certified. I'm certified. Certifiable. You come in here pushing stuff around, I couldn't find my socket.
You told me to put it there.
You make a mess of my workbench.
You make a mess of my kitchen.
That's different. Look at there. Bolt holes line up. I'm golden. Alright, I'm going to put the... Hear that?
I hear it.
That's steel. That's what it sounds like when you hit my head. What? Oh, you done it.
I didn't do that.
Cat scratch fever. Alright, got my little lights on charge. The workbench is somewhat untidy. And let me show you what we got over here. I'll tell you what I got under there is a stinky mouse nest. I had to move that because I needed just enough room to slide. I should have showed you all that. I didn't feel man enough to heft the transmission up in there by myself. It's kind of an awkward position, you know. You know all the usual excuses. Ren didn't have enough ibuprofen. Stuff like that. I've been weakened. She's weakened me.
I have?
Yeah.
How have I weakened you?
You know, boxers and stuff like that, they don't allow to have no girlfriends. Or wives.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they weaken them. You figure it out. So I lowered the car down, put the transmission on the transmission jack, and walked it up in there. It is a real tight fit between the hole in this bell housing and the flange there on the front of the transmission, but it all went. Now I see I'm going to have to cut the shifting hump a little bit for the shifter to work. Why that is. The dang hole is too far to the rear. But that ain't the end of the world. I can fix that. And then the other thing is, don't look like my cross member and all that. It's gonna work out just right, but I cannot continue. It's after 6, and Mrs. Heavy Chevy says, what did she say?
You gotta quit at some point.
Why?
We have other things we have to.
That's right. I gotta go to the grocery store. My son said, hey, Dad, could we have a cookout on Sunday? Bring my girlfriend and her parents and everything.
You can't say it like that. I can assure you.
I said, sure. What are you cooking? He said, oh, I thought you'd cook. So, there you go. Oh, and buy the stuff, too.
Of course.
Anyway, that's okay. That's what we're here for. But that's not going to stop me from griping about it a little bit, is it? All right, you think I should get cleaned up before we go to the grocery store?
I would think so.
Why is that? I mean, you don't want women checking me out, do you? If I go like this, nobody will have a second. Well, they'll look twice in disgust. She said, all right, well, I better go.
If they only knew.
If they only knew what?
It's just the older white ladies that are interested anyway.
That's because I'm young to old ladies. That's why. Besides, old ladies have good taste. All right. All right, I'm going to go now.